I would be even a little bit critical, not of Ukrainian heroic resistance to Russia, but of how they sometimes ideologically formulate it. Their formula is, we are defending Europe, European civilization. My God, my reaction is, if they say this, are they not aware that they are already speaking Putin's and Dugin's language? As if there is a European-American sphere and Russian sphere, and we defend our sphere. No, I think that the battle going on in Ukraine is a universal, global battle. It's a battle for what the new world order will be. I almost have a nostalgia for the Cold War, which was Cold War, in the sense that it was war, but it was cold, kept cold by fixed rules that all sides obeyed. Now, we don't have yet new rules. Big powers are making experiments. Of course, experiments at the expense of smaller nations. What the new rules will be. And the madness is this one. Exactly in the situation which is today's, where our very existence is under threat. First, we have global warming. One cannot even imagine how we will all be affected 10, 20 years from now. We will have other pandemics. We have social problems even in developed countries. At this point, war returned. War which precisely prevents what we need, a global cooperation to deal with global warming. Just think what is clearly happening. Even if there will be no further big wars, if a compromise will be found in Ukraine, there will be refugees because of global warming. New deserts are forming, and so on and so on. So where will millions of people go? In the old time, this was decided by wars. Today, because many states have atomic weapons, chemical weapons, and so on, we cannot afford this. Cooperation is a matter of survival. So let me give you an interpretation of what is going on today. I think that the mistake of Ukrainians who think they are defending Europe is that they don't see that what they call Europe, the European civilization, is in itself in a deep crisis. Remember protests like Yellow Vests in France, Podemos in Spain and other places. These were not protests which articulated a desire to be more European. These were signs of a crisis of the existing European civilization itself. I think that if, or let's hope when, Ukraine wins, then they will confront the real problem, which is, what kind of Europe do they want to join? Do they want this new fundamentalist Europe, neoconservative Europe, which excludes immigrants and so on, or do they want what really is the best in Europe? Feminism, human rights, social democratic tradition, welfare state, and so on and so on. So again, now I come to my really, please listen to this really crucial point. The tragedy of the ongoing war is for me that it's not the moment of truth in the sense of now we were fighting wrong battles, who cares today about feminism, global warming, all this is forgotten, now we have the real conflict there, Europe or Russia. No, this war is in some sense the deepest lie, because true long-term problems disappeared. You know where you can feel this or see this clearly? Something which really made me sad happened recently among European conservatives. Till now, they had some understanding for Putin. Some of them even said, yeah, we understand Putin, he has his own right on his side. As you probably remember, Donald Trump openly first praised Putin. But now, even the extreme right in Europe militarized itself, but with an implicit argumentation, which I find terrifying. The logic is this one. This war finally enables us to get rid of all the pseudo-problems. Global warming, sexual oppression, feminism, and so on. Now the situation is real war. Neoconservatives follow Dugin and European conservatives for whom war is the only true ethical moment. In war, you make the basic choice, you do what is needed to do. And it's incredible how neoconservatives celebrate what is going on in Ukraine now, where they claim the proper sexual difference is again established. They say, forget about transgender and so on. Now, sexual roles are again affirmed. Women escape Ukraine with children to do in safety their proper job, which is, of course, raising children and so on, while men even return to Ukraine fighting. This is the real conflict. And that's, for me, again, the tragedy of this war. Exactly the wrong interpretation is prevailing. Against this, we should, I think, adopt some very sad insight. The first one is that, again, this is not just a war between Russia and the West or whatever. This is a war for a new world order. What will be the new world order? And the Russian project is clear. That's why they don't even call the attack on Ukraine war. For them, this is limited intervention into their own sphere. What they want is global peace, but peace in the sense in which each country, big country, is allowed to maintain peace within its sphere of influence to what the Russians call peaceful, limited military operation. The vision of Russia is that. Why? This is what Putin says again and again. I don't get it. Why doesn't life go on? Putin is all the time saying we still deliver oil to the West. Their vision is, as I call it, not Cold War, but hot peace. Global peace where there are always local wars here and there which maintain peace. And this, I think, is the catastrophe that we should avoid at any point.